All right. Hey, what is up, everybody, and welcome to FNL Radio. Now, before we get started,
you are now tuned into FNL Radio. Keep making noise! Keep making noise! Yeah! Real Talk Radio with DJ Johnson. Friday night in the Facebook. Friday night.
Hey, everybody. Now, it is not quite Friday, but it is a good Sunday night, everybody, and welcome. Everybody, it's your boy Doc, and got Monique on the other end as well.
Hey, all my loves. How's everybody doing out there tonight?
Yes, people, it is after the Grammys, people. So this is kind of like our two-for show because we told y'all last week. I don't even remember what day we did the last show last week, to be honest, everybody.
We did it on Monday, I believe.
What day was it?
I think it was this past Monday.
Monday, oh, yeah, so one of them days. We told y'all we were going to give y'all a part 2 video because we ran over. I don't remember how we ran over, but it was a funny show, people. So thank y'all for tuning in. To continue tuning in as well, people, to FNL Live, and also subscribing and liking the shows and commenting. And also, people, what I was trying to do also is there's a little segment somewhere on the page when you are looking at it here on YouTube where you can actually chat. So you can actually give us your feedback on stuff going on as far as what we're talking about on the show. So you want to chime in. It should be enabled. I just went back and double checked again. So it should be enabled where you can go ahead and type your comments and whatnot up. So, or the old fashioned way by, at Mr. Doc on Twitter, but we're going to try to do something where you all can be able to watch the shows as well. Well, not watch the show, but also be able to chime in and be able to give your opinions and your feedback on everything that we're talking about. So, tonight, people, we are doing, it's like our after show. And I think this is the second award show we've done like an after show to. The first award show we did after show to was the BET Awards.
I believe so. I believe we did a show right after it went off.
Yeah, so, that's happening in good timing. So, again, it's happening in good timing tonight as well, people. So, we have our after show for the Grammys tonight, people. It's the 60th annual 2018 Grammy Awards went down tonight, people, live from New York City. The first time in 15 years, because, it's always in the West Coast. So, we're going to be talking about that, people, the performances, the winners, the snubs, the people that should have won and everything like that. So, we're going to talk about all of that stuff tonight, everybody. And then also it's the Monique. They run my last nurse this week, everybody. But
my goddamn money, then I won't run on your goddamn nerves. How about that?
And when we talk about that story, Peter, I want to tell you how it correlates, because it just seems like they tag teaming me or something. I don't know. I'm going to tell you how, in my opinion, how this is an inside job. But we're going to talk about that in a little bit, everybody. But first, we do have to give a clap, bravo, and congratulations. It's Monique's wedding anniversary, people. So.
Oh.
Did you remember today?
I did remember today. I forgot, actually. I suddenly remembered Friday evening when I was at work about 1 o'clock, and I was like, oh shit. So my husband and I, we had a great day today. I took him out to brunch at the Bow House, which is this really nice restaurant here in Richmond, and it sits on water and all the, and all those different things. Just a nice atmosphere. So we did a little brunch, and then later we did dinner. So and changed a few gifts. So that's it. But 2 years down. A blissful marriage is not all great and gravy, but definitely I thank God for my husband, and I love him very much, and I love our family. So thanks again, Reggie, for the shout out, and everybody who follows me on Facebook. Thank you guys as well for the congrats and the happy anniversary and way to go and all those things. So that was pretty much the extent of my weekend. I really didn't do much. Yesterday got some much needed rest, did a little crab boil, and that was about it. And today, like I said, my husband and I, celebrated and spent some time together, and that was about it. So how was your weekend? What did you do?
Well, my weekend was actually very chill and relaxed. I had a meeting yesterday, and then I just chilled. I was going to stop at Target now. I really don't stop at Target in Norfolk. I'm more like the Chesapeake, Greenbrier section, more Virginia Beach type of Target, Sharper, anywhere around the military highway vicinity. I don't, I try to bypass. But someone told me to stop at that Target, and here I go. There was a whole bomb threat at Target, everybody. So I don't know who's calling the bomb threats at Target. You can return something after Christmas because you waited after 30 days, you waited too long. That's not more of a personal issue, but don't take that on the people that got to work there, the shoppers that's in there, that's scared, and stuff like that. So I saw a whole lot of fire trucks, the bomb squad, the SWAT team, everybody outside at Target. And I wonder why y'all in the parking lot at Target, why the whole section is roped off and stuff. But, again, y'all, if you had to return something, just suck it up and resell it or offer up or let go or something. You don't have to call in the bomb threats because you denied you returning a gift or an item.
Well, maybe somebody knew that she was going to be a target at that particular Target at that particular time. And you owe that person some money. So they like they had to get your ass.
That does sound very convenient because I talked to you earlier that day. And then all of a sudden, I don't think there's a tracker on my life, but all of a sudden there was a whole, bomb squad situation. So as soon as I hit the store, before I hit in there, the Lord told me, to steer clear from that section. And lo and behold, look, Monique trying to set me up. So, and real quick, people, I'm giving y'all a little shout out real quick on Snapchat to go ahead and watch tonight's show, everybody. So yeah, but other than that, my weekend was pretty good. Apparently someone got shot out here tonight. I just minded my business and went to Kroger and got my items and came back. So I don't know if someone actually got shot or anything. I haven't checked the news, but a life departed, I suppose. So I will look into that information. But other than that, my weekend was pretty good. And tonight, watch the Grammys. Everybody know the Grammys is. I'm a music head, so y'all know the Grammys have been my favorite award show since forever. The Grammys happened to be the first show that me and Monique did 4 years ago.
Yeah.
And 4 years no check, but it's been 4 years.
Like a check, yeah, people. But I do it for the love of the show, the love of the culture.
There will be in due time the checks will roll in.
I've been here for 4 motherfucking years. First, you told us we had a deal.
We did.
Jams, and we were gonna be on the radio.
No, and that deal fell through when, if you notice, people in the 757, a lot of public figures that were on the radio at that time, all of a sudden got let go. So that messed up some of our dealings at that time. I just put them. I would call them up on here on the show to let them, verify the information. But definitely, there were some people that got let go that was supposed to watch out for.
But in 4 years, you couldn't find us a deal.
You know what? Radio is not how it used to be, but I am still fighting every day, people. I'm still putting us out there, and you all are putting us out there for us, everybody. So we are still working, work in progress. Some of the greats weren't building overnight, people. It took people, years and years and years, but it won't take us years and years and years.
The first life checking I never had, she got a jack.
I'm claiming it.
It's Madison. Just in case.
Look, so we're gonna claim it. We're gonna claim it, everybody. But it's okay. But Grammys are my favorite award show.
I'm trying to think FNL stands for fuck niggas and laugh. I don't know. I mean, shit, I ain't got a motherfucking jack. But that's what I'm trying to think it stands for. But
TLC didn't get a check overnight. Tony Braxton took a good minute.
Well, TLC got some RAV4s in the apartment. I still don't have nothing. Are you crying?
Yes. So anyways, moving on now to the Grammys, as I was saying, people. So the Grammys are my favorite show, and so I always like to talk about, always like to discuss what's going on with it, because when I was in college, well, in high school and stuff, I was in band. I was always into music. I was going to go to school for music production, and you know, my brothers and all that good stuff. But when I was in college at Arts, I joined the Grammy U chapter. I don't remember if they call it Grammy U, but it's when you can join like the Recording Academy and their chapter in Philadelphia or wherever city that has a chapter, and you can just learn things about the music industry. They have jobs and if you're use and stuff like that. So I very highly encourage you, whether in college, if you want to know anything about the music industry beforehand, or if you're, you know, in college and you're an artist trying to get out there, you know, yeah, there's post on, you know, SoundCloud and whatever. But if you want to actually know the ins and outs of the music industry, how to be a part of Grammy, like that in the future, Grammy U is definitely a good chapter and good, you know, experience. So I definitely saw Grammy U, you know, they still call it Grammy U, you could call it now. Definitely, you know, hard to and stuff like that, but I to be a part of, you know, this industry, this industry. So, that was in New York tonight, everybody. There was a lot of, let me pull up the list of winners real quick.
Well, see, now, I missed what the first, I missed like the first, I guess, hour and a half. Because we were out to dinner, then we had to go pick up Jaden from his dad. So I think I tuned in about 9:30 or so. But you were stating, I guess Kendrick Lamar opened up.
Yeah, so oh goodness, hold on, people. So my phone acting a little crazy right now. I don't know, there's some mind fuckery over there on my phone, you know, because people still, you know, y'all heard it here first. I was almost got tonight, so. Goodness, you know what? The good thing just hit me too, people. So y'all know, as I go into the store and someone gets shot, it's so convenient that there's a shooting. So convenient. The timing, you know, everything is just on candy. I mean, I just okay, Monique, I got y'all later. But the award show was in New York at Madison Square Garden. One of the big winners for tonight was actually Kendrick Lamar. Kendrick Lamar won a ton of awards, like Best Rap Performance, Best Rap Song for Humble, both the songs, Best Music Video for Humble, directed by one of my favorite all-time directors, Dave Meyers and the Little Homies, for Best Rap Album. He also won for what's something else too? He won a good amount of awards. Oh, Best Rap Song Collaboration with Rihanna for Loyalty. That's the first televised award that was given out tonight, and him and Rihanna accepted the award. Rihanna, now this thick is looking good on you. Like she had this trench coat, raincoat situation with these long high boots and the hair. Like she just looked real good with a Fenty Beauty makeup on and everything. She looked real good. Like this weight is really sitting on her. Like this is her happy weight. You can tell she's happy, and that billionaire must be hitting it real right because she's been looking real right and she's been just flourishing with her thickness. So congratulations, Rihanna. So this is another Grammy to add to her collection. A lot of the fans say that that was people I was chatting with tonight. People were saying that this is I guess her redemption award for being snubbed from Anti, because you know Anti, which one of her best albums, actually got snubbed last year and then went not a Grammy or not even get nominated for not a Grammy. So you know, again, this is her redemption. So she got another Grammy to add to the collection, which actually back in 2007, when she won her first Grammy for Best Rap Song Collaboration, was with Jay-Z for Umbrella. So, you know, just how things, you know, how the times roll. So that was one of the big winners. Childish Gambino, as you all know, as Donald Glover from, as y'all know, from Community back in the day, or from Atlanta, which is coming back in March on FX. He won
just showed the preview for that will be back on in March. I saw that this morning.
Yeah, so he picked the Best Traditional R&B Song, well, Best Traditional R&B Performance for Redbone. Yeah, I was like, okay, that's a good, you know, win right there. Best Urban Contemporary Album. Now, I don't know how this happened, but The Weeknd Starboy won. Now, no, you know, shade or anything to The Weeknd. Now, his albums have always been good. The Starboy album, I really couldn't get into like that, so I'm surprised he won a Grammy for that album. And I don't know if the Academy, the people that have, you know, the voting power. A lot of the people that's producers and stuff like that. And this one thing I got to tell you all too, when people say, "Oh, such and such should have won," who are in the music industry or people that's in the music industry have ties to who are eligible to vote don't actually go out there and vote for the people to win. So you got to kind of take that, you know, upon yourself. So a lot of people that should not have won, you know, and the people that should have won could have probably possibly won if y'all have, you know, voted strong, hard, and actually use your voting power within the Recording Academy to win. Now, a lot of nominations were great, but just some of the winners were kind of, you know, I'm wondering why that happened type of situation. But other than that, congratulations to The Weeknd, though. And then also, Bruno Mars was a big winner tonight as well, people.
Mm-hmm.
He won for Best R&B Song for That's What I Like. He won Best R&B Performance for That's What I Like. He won Best R&B Album for 24 Karat Magic. Then you saw on the main show, he won for Best, what was it, Song of the Year he won? That's What I Like. Song of the Year. Album of the Year.
Then he won Album of the Year as well.
24 Karat Magic, the album. And the more I was thinking about it too, because I was like, you know what, that album was actually a very great album, start to finish. I always tell you all that all the time. The Bruno album, 24 Karat Magic, is like a R&B 90s, late 89 type of album. And you know what, he actually deserved to win, you know, as long as it wasn't like a Justin Timberlake situation, you know, but he actually deserved to win because he actually dug deep in the roots of R&B. And shout out to the Stereotypes too, who produced on the album, and James Fauntleroy. And if y'all know the Stereotypes, actually their first big hit was actually Danny DeCame's Damage. So to go from Damage 10 years ago to now winning the Grammy, you know, congratulations to the Stereotypes for that win there. And then also, again, just good music, you know, just feel good music. Like we listen to a Bruno Mars record nowadays, especially from that album, like That's What I Like, 24 Karat Magic, especially now with Finesse. It's just a feel good album. It feels good. And that's what he said in his speech too, is that he just wanted to make music that just feels good and just, you know, resonates with everybody. So he did a good job on that one. So, you know, no complaints right there as far as the win. Let me see who else won. One of my, for the gospel, you know, sometimes we don't talk about the gospel areas, but me being the pastor and all, you know, I do have to, you know, be close to home when it comes to the gospel category and whatnot. Why Monique's category
that you named it.
what
That should be the first category that you named since you were pastor and whatnot.
Well, you know, sometimes I get, you know, sidetracked by the secular music and whatnot, but but what was I saying? Okay, but best I guess best gospel performance and best gospel song. Well, best gospel song, whatever it is. I forgot the name of it. Don't judge me. But it went to CeCe Winans. She had a song called I don't know the name of the song, people, but I tweeted about it earlier. So follow me at Mr. Doc MRDOC to see the list of winners that went through all the way from 3 p.m. today all the way up until tonight. So she won, and then she also won for Best Gospel Album. Now, she was up in the Best Gospel Song against Tina Campbell. Now, I said Tina Campbell lost for good reason. Her faith wasn't right. You know, she out here with a tootsie-ass husband, and then she, you know, saying she's going to kill people and shoot people cars up and stuff like that across the clubs. And then she out here, you know, supporting President Trump. So you lost for good reason. That's why your tour is canceled. You still haven't rescheduled your tour. Your album sales are shit. Then you're out here trying to peddle your album at the Walmart on Rosemont Boulevard, or not Rosemont, Boulevard Parkway. And, you know, so nice you got nominated, but you lost. And that was a good thing that you lost. Not saying that everybody is a good loss, but you lost for good reasons, though, Miss Tina Campbell. So that was that there. Now, one of the big
so honey out because she lost. Did you take Honey on that porch and cuss her out and blame her for being the reason why you lost? Because I can see you doing something like that.
Exactly. Now, if they had given another season to Mary Mary, we would have seen this all play out, and we would have saw her arguing Honey down to the ground about this is why I lost. She would be arguing at Teddy Warren. She'll say Erykah had something to do with this. She'll blame everybody else but herself. Now, so yeah, but she lost. Let me see who else.
And since I guess Mary is not coming back. We saw the last season. Every now and then we're gonna have to do a wellness check on old honey. Cause
Yeah.
I'm very concerned about you.
Yes, because some just ain't quite right. And then Bruno also won for 24 Karat Magic as well for Record of the Year, for the song. Best New Artist went to Alicia Cara. Now she was up against Khalid, Lil Uzi Vert from Philly, Julia Michaels, and SZA, aka Cizaya, as they say in Richmond. But you know, Alicia Cara, I've been following her career for like a few years now, and the song here came out like in 2015, 2016, 2015. So she's not relatively new, but she got Best New Artist anyways tonight, and it's a good win. Congratulations to Alicia, because she deserves it. But at the same time, it's like you are not really a new artist. You know, been out for a few years, but hey, to each his own. And then also you had, let's see who else.
Don't worry about it, girl. He feels like you don't deserve nothing. Like he feels like I don't deserve nothing.
You know what? We went to the rap categories. Went to the gospel. Now, let's talk about some of the people. Okay, Best Gospel Performance Song. That was Never Have to Be Alone from CeCe Winans, and her son actually wrote on the song as well. So he won for that on purpose there.
That's actually a really pretty song. I don't know if you've ever heard it, but the lyrics are really, really nice, and the melody is nice. It's just a really nice song. I can remember when that song first came out, and I remember I would be going to the grocery store or whatever, and I would have my, phone and my earbuds in my ear, and I just kind of would be listening to that song and had it on repeat. So it's a really nice song. So I can see why she won that.
Yeah, Tina. So that was a good look there. And then the album, like I said, was called Let Them Fall in Love, which is a good album. She knows on the album cover too. The album cover has that 60s throwback to it. So congratulations.
We talked about this last year when that album came out, and she I think she recorded that album in I believe in like Nashville, I believe.
Because her and her husband have a church at.
Yeah, she has some country singers write for her as well. So that was a good album all around. But like I said, that particular single, Never Have to Be Alone, it's a really, really pretty song. So again, yes. I can see why she won over that evil ass Tina.
Yes. And then for Best Comedy Album, which they hardly do that. They hardly show the Best Comedy Album on the actual televised show. They sometimes do it for the pre-show. But this year, Dave Chappelle won. So he won for his comedy album, which I'm trying to find here. Just Spinning in the Heart of Texas. So Dave Chappelle, I think this is his first Grammy actually too. He got up on the stage, accepted his award and everything. So
now, does Monique know this?
Look, he was up against Kevin Hart, Sarah Silverman, Jerry Seinfeld, and Jim Gaffigan. Monique is nowhere up there on the list because I got some words for Monique. I can't wait to get to that part real quick. But I'm going to get through this section here. Some of the snubs, though, the people that haven't won. Now, the R&B category, it seemed like there were more R&B categories than it was this year before. But, I was looking for a Legacy to win, a Layla Hathaway. But, of course, Trial one came out after the deadline. So I'm pretty sure next year she'll be dominating the R&B category that she does every year.
Yeah, she'll definitely win next year. And we talked about this before. Layla Hathaway always gets
yeah, she always gets a Grammy. Legacy surprisingly didn't get the Grammy, but she's here or there sometimes. So so Jay-Z was the highest nominated artist this year with 8 nominations, but he went home with 0 awards this year. Mm-hmm. So a lot of he looked like, I'm pretty sure he's sick. Beyonce came there dressed for a funeral with the braids back in the whole funeral attire and everything like that.
He looked kind of disappointed. You could just kind of tell the look on his face, because and every time pretty much he was in the category where Bruno Mars and Kendrick Lamar and Childish Gambino, from the time I turned it on, pretty much he was always in the category with them, and they kept calling Bruno Mars' name. But, if you kind of looked on the expression on his face, he definitely looked a little disappointed.
Yeah, and I can see why, too, because
aging very. He's aging as well, but
But you know, I've been a Jay-Z fan forever, and then it was him in New York too. So you would think that at least the Academy would be like, this is hometown. He's nominated for most awards this year. He could, at least get something. They did him he won some type of Hall of Fame award on Saturday night. But again, you would think that, from the Grammy Academy, from the Recording Academy, but you would think he would get at least one for Best Rap Album or something, even though he was up against Kendrick. Now, Kendrick's album was, I still listen to it to this day. Like, his album was amazing, start to finish. Like, yes, the Damn album, definitely hands down one of the best albums. And then Jay-Z's 444 too, because that was grown man talk. Like, Jay, from listen to Jay's album from back in the day and stuff like that.
But I mean, I think also with that album to me had not been out very long as well for people to really, listen to it, interpret it, and really be able to, the Academy really be able to vote on it. And that's just my personal opinion. But that album pretty much kind of came out towards the end of the year. All the hoopla, all the, excitement around it, because it was pretty much his version in his response to Beyonce's Lemonade. So, I don't know. I think that album, to me, 444 had not been out long enough. Look at versus 24 Karat Magic, who, that album has been out for forever. Childish Gambino's album has been out for forever. Damn has been out for a while. So I think that, I don't know, to me, like I said, in my personal opinion, I don't believe that album had been out long enough, for people to really listen, interpret it, and also, like I said, really, really vote on it. So, like you said, he was nominated for 8 Grammys, and he went home with 0. But,
And one of y'all trying to find one of y'all tweets that tweeted to me, but y'all said that it was his karma for cheating on Beyonce. That's why he didn't win the awards. But again, it was, a great album. And at the end of the day, Jay, he was up against some heavy competition. So again, Kendrick had a fire album. Bruno's album was fire. Even Childish Gambino's Awaken My Love album is like, that's a vibe album. Like, you really gotta listen to that. That's some good R&B, and it's just some good vibe and music as well. Hell, like we even said when the nominations came out, we talked about Laura's album. Laura's, she had a couple of good songs, but she was alright. But yeah, but as far as the hip hop category, even I was, rooting for at least Cardi to get a little something, like one award, the first female hip hop artist to win in that rap category, but she didn't take it home. But at the end of the day, Cardi, shut it down for the hometown too, because of the fact that for, New York, she was nominated for 2 awards for her #1 single that we didn't see coming. Like, we didn't follow. If y'all been watching FNL for, and listening to us, we've been talking about Cardi since 2015. So she's been on the radar on Dark Show for a long time. We talked about her on the show, and to see where she came from then from Ratchetville to where she is now, where she got on stage, performed with Bruno Mars, #1 singles, 3 songs in the top 10, 3 weeks in a row. So again, she, killing it in top 20 singles and stuff. So congratulations to Cardi for, being a regular girl from the Bronx and being on, ratchet ass Love and Hip Hop and fighting with, every person here and there and she looked good on the red carpet too. Her and Hennessy, they look amazing on the red carpet, and then for her being on stage. So now we'll talk about her performing with Bruno a little bit, but I gotta say this. SZA, aka Cizaya in Richmond, was big time people. Now, I told y'all this. Something told me this was going to happen. I said it in my video when I reacted to the Weekend video, and I said up here as well, that I hope they do not Jasmine Sullivan SZA with these awards, because she was the most nominated female artist this year in 2018. She was nominated for 5 awards. They go home with not 1 award. So I knew that they were going to try to Jasmine Sullivan her, because Jasmine Sullivan, when she was nominated her first year, she was nominated for 5 as well. And then also she was on J Records. J Records dissolved into RCA Records. SZA's on RCA Records. it's kind of like, does the Academy have something against in the R&B field against RCA Records where y'all don't let, you know, the female artists win with SZA? So I know that, you know, she's going to prosper and whatnot because.
Go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
I'm not just going to say I know she's going to prosper because a lot of people who don't win the Grammys still do good, but at the end of the day, when you can just attach Grammy nominated artists to your name, that's still clout there. You know, you're still, you know, going to get that acknowledgement because that's a big deal. So
very much so, but I don't know. Have not heard that album, the complete album all the way through. Heard bits and pieces. I've heard, but I don't know. Was her album, was her album really good?
It really was. And, you know, the way that she tells a story with her lyrics and stuff like that and the real life experiences that she's gone through, it really, you know, people can resonate with it. And it was a really good album. It felt good. And, you know, it felt like it was just someone that, you know, just talking to you and just telling their stories and stuff like that. So, you know, again, I would have had that album win over Starboy from The Weeknd, but that's just my opinion. So, again, but at the end of the day, she was nominated for her first time out. And she's one of those people who, you know, was beating herself up even before releasing Control. You know, she had a lot of self-doubt. She had a lot of insecurities regarding releasing the album the first time. That's why it took her this long to release an album. But, you know, she overcame that, you know, struggle. And now she's at the Grammys with her grandmother and her mom. So that was a really good look there. And she performed. So we're going to talk about her performance in a little bit as well. But that's pretty much all the winners and the snubs and whatnot. So as far as the winners now, I mean the performances. So Kendrick Lamar opened the show up with Triple X. It was kind of like a damn medley. So he did Triple X, even brought U2 out. He did American Soul. He did DNA, and he did King's Dead. And it was a very fiery, explosive performance. You know, Kendrick always going to give you a message with his performances as of late. You know, I remember the first time he performed at the Grammys. He did the joint with Imagine Dragons. They did the mashup. And to see him now commanding the stage, winning all those awards tonight, definitely good, because back then when the Good Kid, Mad City came out, we thought he was snubbed then. And then The Pimp a Butterfly, he was low-key kind of snubbed, but this album was his redemption because, again, this album was really a great album, especially in today's climate with a lot of the stuff that's going on socially and in the world as far as being a black man. Definitely was a good album, a good look. Dave Chappelle was in the performance as well. You said what?
How was his hair?
You know, Monique got a critique about his hair every time. His hair was, you know, in the twist and it was all, you know, pulled back and stuff. So he had the he had a pull back situation.
Did he have a bun?
Yeah, he had a bun. You know, he loves to keep a good bun. But
thin one. Teeny tiny one.
It was a little teeny tiny, little full, you know, but
yeah. Did his hair look like Sister Locks?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, goodness. So he performed and he did a great job. Shout out to Charm Madonna, who was dancing along with him as well. Lady Gaga and Mark Ronson did Joanne, A Million Reasons. Sam Smith did Pray. Sam Smith did, you know, he's like the white Luther that y'all say he is. And you know, Sam, you did good. Pray is a good song. You know, you did good vocal and stuff like that. But Sam, you lost all that weight. You don't have to dress like a big boy anymore. You lost all that weight. You don't have to wear the baggy clothes, the baggy suits anymore. At least you didn't wear black. And at least you had a little color and a little cream to it. But you were full in layers. And I know New York is cold and stuff, but it's not cold on stage. So you didn't have to dress in all the layers.
What's the single he has on now? Way Too Good at Goodbyes. Because everybody loves that single.
Exactly, but I think he's trying to move on to the next because I think he knows a good place where to stop. You know, y'all playing it a lot. I know he knows he's trying to move on to the next now. So, but he did good though. John Batiste, Gary Clark Jr. and Joe Saylor did a little tribute to Fats Domino's and Chuck Berry. They did it and Ain't That a Shame and Maybelline, and they sounded really good too. So they did a really great job. Despacito, y'all know how I feel about that song. I bypassed that one. You know, he did Terrified from off the Awaken My Love album. Yo, people don't know, like, again, when you look at Donald Glover, the actor from Community, from Atlanta, or just anywhere you see his comedy specials on Netflix or whatever, you think he's just like this funny guy. You think he's just a comedian and stuff like that. Because we've seen actors / comedians turn into music. You know, Eddie Murphy.
Eddie Murphy.
And we saw how Party All the Time turned out. And
Girl loves to party all the time.
even though Eddie Murphy was giving y'all vocals as what was his name, James Earl or Jimmy Early, in Dreamgirls, he was giving y'all vocals then, a little slight key, but
bada beat up, bada beat up,
but now I gotta listen to the Dreamgirls soundtrack. But Childish Gambino killed it though, like vocally, the feel of the performance with the band. It gave you like an 80s kind of feel to it. Then he got this little boy came up on stage and gave y'all 80s, early 90s vocals. So, you know, every little kid in the 90s gave y'all some type of vocal delivery and performance.
Pick that up.
Yeah, like you know, he actually, you know, did a little better than Tevin Campbell. You know, Tevin Campbell, you know, voice when he was a little child on Graffiti Soul was a little annoying at first before he became I'm Ready. But you know, and then when
Tevin Campbell, he was like 9 years old.
Yeah, now we don't know if he's, you know, in some type of, you haven't seen Teddy or not, haven't seen Tevin since one of them BET award shows, so we don't know if he's in the halfway house. We don't know if he's alive or not, but
yeah, so I feel like we saw him, was it last year or the year before last?
Probably the year before last, but we don't know yet. We got to check a post on Tevin Campbell now in 2018. People got a list of people in 2018 try to check a post on. Like Tina Turner, she won the Lifetime Achievement Award tonight, but she wasn't there. So Tina Turner, we got to check a post on. You've been out there in London too long. And we don't know where you at. So, you know, we got to check a post on you too. We know Grace Jones is still alive and kicking. I was, you know, worried about her, but we saw her with Naomi Campbell last month, and she was just came out with a movie in the UK and London. So we know she's good. So we got her posted together. But Tina Turner and Tevin Campbell, Sade, we still looking out for you. Someone else too, but other than that, very good performance. From
I don't think I'm too worried about Tevin Campbell because I feel like we saw him recently, so I'm not too worried about him.
I don't know, because last time we tried to check a post on somebody, we checked that post, and then that's when that post wasn't there. So
then 2 weeks later, I know.
So we anyway. So
and they did remember her in the memorandum portion of the program tonight. Oh, Della Reese.
Yeah, and they, you know, they shot the Prodigy as well. Little people we talked about, and then Chester Bennington as well. So Fats Domino, Chuck Berry, everybody that passed away last year. So definitely gave us some listen there. Pink, Childish Gambino song Terrified. Make sure you look that up. That's the song he performed, was Terrified, everybody, from Awaken My Love. Pink, she did Wild Hearts Can't Be Broken, and I was like, Pink, please do not do acrobatics. Don't slide off no stages. Don't swing off no buildings. Don't be Tarzan and Jane tonight. Do something regular. Be a regular chick from Philly real quick. And here she goes. She had a white tee on, some jeans, barefoot, had a sign language on the side of the stage, and just performed regular with the mic stand and the mic in her hand. So congratulations, Pink, for doing something normal. I was surprised.
This shit and gymnastics, that shit is getting old. Don't nobody want to see you performing that shit every time you perform and get on the stage. Girl, sit down.
Exactly.
Reggie stated, I missed that part. Reggie stated that you did a very good job, so that's a good thing.
Yes.
What does she have? A little boy, a little girl?
She has a little girl, and the little girl's dressed like a little girl today.
I was about to say, you had that little girl dressed like a little girl, not in the old tuxedo and bow tie, and tuxedo button down shirt. You had her dressed in a dress, had her hair, combed and girl.
So, and then also, Bruno Mars and Cardi B did Finesse. Now they brought the living color, feel back to the performance with the cross colors. Cardi looked so good. She was definitely Bronx, Latina from the Bronx with the ass and the everything, like the whole finesse, the whole vibe, the whole aura of the performance. Bruno out here doing dance breaks and killing it and stuff like that, as always. So definitely a high energy performance. Definitely very hype. My favorite of the night, one of my favorites. I'm gonna tell you my 3 favorites in a little bit, but so they did that. DJ Khaled, Rihanna, and Bryson Tiller performed Wild Thoughts for the first time ever together. Now, this song has been out since last summer, but this is the first time they actually performed the song. And this was a song that was snubbed too. This song should have been nominated for some type of Grammy, but it didn't. But anyways, DJ Khaled still performed Wild Thoughts with them. Like I said, Rihanna in all her thickness, she had a whole, Cubano type of situation with the hair, and it reminded me like of a whole, like, Havana situation and stuff like that, little Havana, whatever. The sequin dress that she had on, and then she was doing the dance moves, the jigging and stuff like that. Like, that performance was so hype. Bryson Tiller was smooth as hell. Khaled did his whole, little jig that he does at the end of the video with the little salsa moves and stuff like that. They salsa dancing and everything. The whole set was just Bob Fosse, inspired and everything. It was a really good performance, people. It was so hype and it was so great. Probably my favorite Rihanna performance that she's done in a good minute is The Train.
Uh-oh.
Let's see. There's one on. Okay.
Get ready. There's a train coming. Don't need no ticket. You just get on board.
Okay, I can't take this train serious, Mom. So check out the Wild Thoughts
in Georgia.
And then Kesha did Praying with Camila Cabello, Andre Day, who did not perform Stand Up for the or Rise Up for the 50th time. Cyndi Lauper, We Found Her Somewhere. Julia Michaels, who was nominated for Best New Artist as well, and BB Rexa.
Julia Michaels, ain't that the workout girl?
Oh no, that's another Julia.
I was gonna say, when did she start singing? I thought she just do fitness tapes.
That was someone else, but they very powerful performance with the Time's Up message in there. Janelle Monáe introduced the performance. Monique had questions about Janelle Monáe's attire.
Yeah, I've never seen her look that bad before. She looked
It was just, I guess she was in a colorful mood. She had the little, streaks of blonde in her hair.
That was not her hair. First of all, that was a piss poor wig.
I know it was piss poor laid. It wasn't, didn't give enough edge, breathing room or nothing like that. But, she tried what she could try. And then, instead of the regular suit, she added some little pops of color, little Colonel Sanders at the LGBT community parade, a little fever to it. So, she did what she could tonight. I guess she's entitled to a couple of slip-ups because, usually she always has it on point.
Yeah, so that's why I was very surprised. She's typically, like you said, always on point. Slayed, honey, for days for the gods. I don't know who, honey, played in that makeup you had on today in that outfit, but girl.
But so they performed. Elton John and Miley Cyrus performed too. Monique said that she feels some type of way about Elton. She don't know quite what to feel about him. And Miley has been the same. She twerked all up on Robin Thicke at the VMAs years ago.
Bitch, I don't care how much you dress up, put on these long extravagant gowns, but you is always gonna be the ratchet hood bitch that want to be black. And Elton John, I don't know. I just never thought that he could sing. To me, I mean.
I said they just need to get Mary J. Blige there, and him and Mary J. Blige need to do Deep Inside from the Mary album in '99. Now that was a joint for real. But Patti LuPone, I kept thinking they were saying Patti LaBelle, kind of like, I'm Patti here at the Grammys, but no, it's Patti LuPone. Broadway legend. She did a tribute to Andrew Lloyd Webber for "Don't Cry for Me, Argentina." Very emotional, very powerful. We thought there was some moments where she was having a stroke out or something. We thought, the left side of her body had to make sure she was good because, she was giving some facial expressions like, okay, I got to check for her. And then she almost fell back.
Long pauses in between. I was nervous.
Yes, but you know, it's Broadway and it's in New York City, so I guess she was giving that dramatic feel to it. She has performed at the Grammy since 1981, so she had to feel that moment. Now that's how you take advantage of a moment. So she did good. SZA, aka SZA and Richmond, did Broken Clocks from the Control album. I thought she did good because y'all know I love SZA, like I love her come up story and everything like that. But I was trying to feel the essence of the performance as well, because like when he pointed out, you know, you had the high school choir in the background swaying with the green turtlenecks and the green sweaters from Gap.
That's why we need to do this show within an hour.
Yes. And then again, it was I don't know, it was all right, but she sounded good though. I would say that. And then Logic and Alicia Cara did and Khalid did 1-800-273-8255. Which is the suicide prevention hotline, people. So anybody, look, what?
Because I told you I was gonna call that number.
So moving.
See if they know anything about it. And Google checks is old to me. Is that the number to call? But at any rate, at the end of their performance, there was a really powerful message, and I did like that about that performance.
Yeah, so shout out to Logic. And people, Logic is not white. Logic is biracial. He's black and white. So, you know, he's in the Mariah Carey and Terrence Howard field and all that. But overall, my favorite performances was Bruno for sure, Rihanna and DJ Khaled, Bryson, and then also Kendrick. And I also had to put in there SZA as well, and someone else performed real good too. I can't remember who it was. Probably the Logic performance too. So like, those are my favorite performances of the night. But overall, this year was actually a good show. There weren't a lot of boring performances. So there were those times when you watch a performance at the Grammys, you had to go in the room for like another room for like 3 hours before a good performer come back on. So it was consistent this year in New York City. They need to bring it back in New York City. It actually started earlier at 7:30 p.m. this year. So I was thinking it was starting at 8 o'clock, but it started at 7:30.
Yeah.
And it ended on time. So, you know, that was real good.
Always. The Grammys to me is always a sad time. Because, you know, this is what, I don't know how many years ago it's been now, but you guys know what, it's been 6 years ago? Because Jaden was a baby.
Yeah, 6 years.
And that was, you know, when they found out beloved Whitney Houston, aka Nippy, you know, dead to that bathtub. So, you know, it's always a very sad time for me as well. But
shout out to everybody that was in New York City, that went to all the events and everything like that. And I did the live tweeting commentary also for Music Exclusives. Shout out to Music Exclusives. Follow them at Music Exclusives. That's MUSICSCLUSIVES on Twitter. That's why I was tweeting for tonight, people. Our family, we do things for each other at Music Exclusives and FNL. So we're, a tight-knit little family in the social media. And
that's interesting. I've never met the exact rappers.
We talk about them forever.
I mean, I've heard you talk about them, but I've never met them. I've never received any type of.
They're in New York, so
I've never received the type of compensation, payment, or anything like that from Music Exclusive. That maybe your family, but not mine.
Anywho, so speaking of money and cash money shit, so Monique, everybody, not this Monique, but Monique from Baltimore. She's been upset. We were going to talk about the story last week, and I even put it like deep down in the conversation of topics. Cause I was like, "Oh, this is not no big deal," but here she go making it a big deal. So Monique made it a big issue where she was offered $500,000. She said, "My loves, let's boycott Netflix because I'm only making $500,000 from this special." They offered my sister Amy Schumer $11 million. She counteracted that because she wasn't getting paid as much as Dave Chappelle. I feel like I'm reading this verbatim from her right now. She wasn't offered the same amount from Dave Chappelle or whoever else had a comedy special on Chris Rock. So she was like, she counteracted for $13 million. She got that offer. They offered me $500,000. One of the sites said, shout out to Portsmouth. She said she was offered $200,000 for a special. And she found a new home at Epis instead. Epis is that little channel you find in the movie channels non up as well. So then she told us to boycott Netflix. And then she also said something else where her and her punk ass husband Sydney got online, did this podcast that I never heard of, where they ain't fucking with us, but apparently they got a podcast with a low ass camera angle,
You have to
and
go over there if they paying.
they obviously they're paying because she didn't get a check from from Netflix. So here you go crying, insisting on like he Tyrese, talking about Oprah, Monique bringing up the old shit with Oprah and Lee Daniels and Tyler Perry again. She brought Cheryl Underwood. Now, who was it? Wasn't it Cheryl Underwood that had beef with all of them at one point where they all talk cashmere shit about her too?
Yes, said she was black. Her girls was black. She looked like a baboon's ass. All this. Somebody phone call and they didn't hang up the phone out of way, and she heard them talking.
Yes. Yeah. So I was like, Monique, now your big ass had no place to be talking about nobody in the first place then. So, Monique just turned 50 and everything like that. And she said, and Cheryl Underwood told her that just make amends with Tyrese. I'm not Tyrese, but with Oprah
and Lee Daniels.
Yeah. So like, not only does this Monique have a problem with Oprah, but Monique from Baltimore still got a problem with Oprah too. So it makes sense. You see how it's all coming together, people? So first with the checks, now with the Oprah, the Oprah situation. So then, she did a little podcast and stuff like that. They crying and carrying on like that. She said she's the most decorated comedian in history. Mm-hmm. And, you got the little Oscar. But then just some of the things, then Roland Martin, she sent out a tweet about Roland Martin or something. And Roland Martin, he always got time. He's over there at TV One. He's in Silver Spring, Maryland. So he got time real quick. There's not much to do there. So he got time. He came back with all the clapbacks and receipts. He said, I'm just going to paraphrase. Basically said that you ain't shit, your attitude ain't shit. Will Packer said that you was in Almost Christmas and was a problem on set then. And a movie that made that much money. Monique even said that, she was in the movie that made gross this much money, that she, compare her, box office earnings to that of Amy Schumer's. And then, Roman was like, you was in this movie that made this money, but you were a problem. And Will Packer got the emails and the receipts that showed that you were a problem on set. It's not the first time we heard that. Lee Daniels said she was a problem. Tyler Perry said that she was a problem. Everybody said she was a problem. We need to get Countess Vaughn up here real quick to say, Countess, is she a problem on the set of the Parkers? So, at first I was kind of feel bad. I was like, okay, at first when the story came out, I was like, okay, I'm not boycotting Netflix for one. Netflix got too many good shows and many good movies for me to point out.
Mama, this is why I can't boycott, because they just gave, she's got to have it.
Too, so exactly.
Sorry, I can't stand what you on that, sugar.
Yes. So she was saying make it make sense. I'm like, Monique, it doesn't make sense for them to offer you that much money now in the Black community. We know Monique from ages ago, from Def Comedy Jam to being on Apollo and being on Moesha Flow's 2 episodes, and then that's spinning into the Parkers. And so we know her from that time ago, Queens of Comedy. The I Could Have Been Your Jail Cell.
I Could Have Been Your Cellmate.
Your cellmate, yeah, that special. So we know her from these specials, and yeah, she's funny and she's worth that in a way. And then we know her from Precious, which won an Oscar. But after that Oscar, then when Sydney became her manager, that's when all the issues started assuming. That's when he started having issues with people saying that she's, rude on set, or she's doing this and doing that, or commitments that she was supposed to commit, that she signed contracts for low key. She said there wasn't a contract. Someone pulled up the PDF files and said that she had a contract. So again, all this stuff that she was doing was messed up her own brand. So yes, when Netflix offer you $500,000, you better be lucky to offer you $500,000. It's not even a black, white, female thing. Like, you messed up your own brand.
Yeah, her thing was she felt like that there was obviously some racial discrimination going on, gender equality. Here's the thing. Now, again, I'm glad that we did not talk about this because, this story broke last Friday. We were initially supposed to talk about this on Monday, but I'm kind of glad, like you said, that we waited to talk about it because things have kind of developed over time. So one thing that we're missing is, so apparently when Netflix brought the deal to her and they offered her the 500,000, you know, she went back and tried to renegotiate. So they stated that this is what we will do. We will offer you 3 million, but what they wanted to do was almost have like an audition. So she was playing in a few chitlin circuits here and there. And according to her, Netflix sent out their some execs to go look at these shows. I think she said they sent like 3 different people on 3 different nights. One white girl came out, stated that the show, you know, pretty much was everything. It was funny. The show made her laugh. Another guy came out, white man, came out to the show, stated that the show was funny, made him laugh. He actually asked for some additional tickets so he could come back and bring some other people. This is all according to Monique. And then they brought somebody else who, you know, sent an email back stating that the show, you know, was funny. Again, you know, they felt like, you know, she should get this Netflix special. Here's the thing. When they went back and stated $3 million, she stated that she was not going to be able to take that $3 million as well. They asked her what did she want. She stated that she wanted $20 million because her name, and because of her name, she was a legend, just like Chris Rock and just like Dave Chappelle. They asked about basically they kind of explained to her that, you know, basically when they offer, you know, like D. Ray Davis, who just had a special, Kevin Hart, who has these specials, they look at they do like an analytics and an analysis type of test. And what they want to see is, will they be able to receive a return back on the investment? So, okay, they put $20 million back. They give you $20 million. What they want to make sure of is the viewers and the ratings. They will be able to, I'm going to give you $20 million. I need to be able to see that we're going to make, you know, almost $100,000 on this. We need to be able to recoup what we gave you and then also be able to make a profit. So, you know, she felt like the $3 million they were still lowballing her. So they stated, well, okay, since you don't want to take the $3 million, our offer still stands based upon the fact that, you know, here is Amy Schumer, because they asked, you know, she stated that her and Sydney asked, well, you know, what about my resume? I have this Oscar, you know, I've done, obviously she did Precious. She got the Oscar for that. And to be truthfully honest with you, Gabourey Sidibe should have gotten that Oscar because she was the breakout star.
Yeah.
But hey, it is what it is. She did, you know, Almost Christmas. You know, she has done, you know, like you said, the Queens of Comedy. She did that. I Could Have Been Your Cellmate. You know, she was in What Two Can Play That Game. She does have a long resume. She had, you know, the Monique show where she stated for BET that she was like the highest, that show was like the highest rated, you know, show and got the most viewings out of all their, you know, late night talk shows, whatever have you. So she stated that Netflix told her in Sydney they do not base, you know, what their offers based on your resume. They look at, again, you know, what you're doing now, and they try to make a decision and make a determination based on whether or not, again, they are going to be able to get a return on their investment. So she stated that Sydney asked, well, what has Amy Schumer done? So she stated that, you know, they stated that Amy Schumer sold out Madison Square Gardens twice. They kind of named like the last few movies that she had were big box office hits and things like that. So she said, Sydney said, well, isn't that not a resume? Which in part is true. I do get that part. So basically what they told her was, well, look, you know, since you're not willing to take the $3 million, our offer still stands at the $500,000. If you don't want to take that, then we don't have a deal. So obviously she did not take that. And what happened was, I guess she then went on this rant in this campaign about boycotting Netflix. So again, my sister, I can't boycott Netflix because again, she's got a habit is going to be returning. I'm watching this show now, Stepsisters or Stepping Sisters or Step Show or whatever this foolishness is. And just a lot of, like you said, different things we like to watch. But again, some people feel like this whole rant was for your own selfish and purpose gain, purposeful gains. So I don't think I can stand with you on this one, Monique, because had you been smart, what you should have done is take that 500,000 and flip that bitch. And then when it is your own type of show, put your own type of show together. And this is how you show a bitch how you get to the money and secure the bag. And then, you could have done your own show. And just like Wanda Sykes said, okay, they did the same thing to me. She didn't go on this rant. She didn't ask for them to be boycotted. Where she said, she went on and found her a new, home somewhere else, put on her special, and there it was. So, again, then, some things came out, pretty much over the weekend that stated, like you said, the receipts came out, how you were hard to work with. They stated on the Almost Christmas set, sitting down there trying to shake the people down, for more money when he couldn't get it this way. He tried to state that there was some things like some racial discrimination things going on. You guys complained that there weren't enough Black people working on the set. They stated that you treated the production assistants like purity shit. They had to keep telling you about your attitude. People were just complaining all the time. Then, Lee Daniels stated that, you were hard to work with when they did Precious. Then, there was those things about you not wanting to do the promotions, the Oscar promotions, and just you were difficult on set there. They stated on the Monique show, the executive producer stated that was the worst. That was the worst time of her life working at BET when she was working on your show, because you were just nasty. Nothing was ever done right. Nothing was ever good to your standards. It won't ever enough money. Just a whole bunch of bullshit. Now you done told Lee Daniels. You done told Oprah Winfrey. You done told Tyler Perry to suck your dick. Yeah. So I don't know what's going to happen for you. You put out that movie. What was that word? Movie? Hummingbird, Blackbird. That was a hot ass mess.
Yeah. So,
girl, I don't know. And then I think when that video first came out and you wanted my loves to boycott, I couldn't get past your hair. Girl, what was going on with she lips?
Then with this mold that she painted on her face real quick. I
always thought that mold was real. Is that painted out? She got a mold like Curtis.
No, that's mold, because my love didn't have that mold on the Parkers and nothing like that, but she had that drawstring ponytail on from Dollar General. She was putting the edges down all the way to at least with some black gel just to get the edge control together. But
not even the edge control. All this was black and all this right here was white.
Yeah, so exactly.
I think for one, when I first saw that video, I had to look at it again because I couldn't get off her head. She just looked old. And then that's the other thing. You old and you washed up. Now, did you see Della Reese acting the fool and clowning like this before she went to see the Lord Jesus Christ?
She just told that diabetes got her, but she actually stayed composed, though. She lived her truth. And she just went about her black ass business until she perished off the glory.
And now,
on the other
Now, I will say, between you and Amy Schumer, if I had to go see a comedy show, I definitely would go see Monique over Amy Schumer anyway. But the difference is, you're Dave Chappelle selling out arenas, Chris Rock selling out arenas, Amy Schumer selling out arenas. You are selling out 500 seats at the Chili Circuit. It's totally different. So again, just like to you, you stated, if it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. And that is just exactly what happened with the execs over at Netflix. If it don't make dollars, it does not make sense. It does not make sense to give you $20 million when we know that we only gonna make 500,000, 600,000, 700, 800,000 back, and we've given you $20 million. That is crazy.
Exactly. And it's all about, like Monique was saying too, it's all about, just the demand, because of the fact that when Chris Rock and when Dave Chappelle got their offers, we haven't seen Dave Chappelle forever. So that was anticipated. So everybody was going to go into droves and watch his special because no one hasn't seen him in forever. Same with Chris Rock. We haven't seen him do stand-ups in a long time, so people are going to drive to see that and watch it on Netflix. Amy Schumer, she's hot right now. She got a good Comedy Central show, so she's in that funny range where people are looking at the now, and so they see what she's doing, so they're going to drive to that. You, Monique, we haven't seen you do anything in a good minute. You pretty much blackballed yourself because, you know, shout out to Paula J. Parker. You blackballed yourself because you had all these crazy demands because you have a crazy husbander that fucked your brand up. And here you go, you're paying the consequences now, and you're still not getting it, my love. And you're still out here being upset and mad that BET not going to give you $2 for a special. So you lucky that they gave you half of 500,000.
And here's here's the other thing. She states that, you know, even with the Oscars, she states that, you know, she was told that, you know, because she won the Oscars, the movie deals should start coming her way, and then, you know, they should, and the offer should be around $6 to $8 to $10 million per movie. And she states that she never got those offers, but she did get offers. She stated since the Oscars she did get offers, but they were not offers that made sense. They were not offers that, you know, that she felt like, you know, that was worth her time, that was worth her talent, and she just felt like they were lowballing her still. So the thing is, you can't tell somebody else what to do with their money. You see what I'm saying? Just like, again, you stated that those offers that you got after the Oscars did not make sense for you. Again, this is a whole company who again, in turn, it does not make sense for them to give you $20 million over something when they know that they're not going to get a return back on their investment. It just does not make sense, because you best believe $20 million, I'm expecting to be able to get at least $200,000.
Yes. So Monique,
and
again,
you know, you have to look at Dave Chappelle, you have to look at Chris Rock. They are crossover comedians. Yeah. When you go and, you know, when you see them live, when you see their specials, you see it's a mixed wave of blacks and whites. Now you know, you may see a ghost or two here in the room, but you see what I'm saying? But your audience is predominantly African Americans. And there's something wrong with that. We love you, girl. But again, I think that you should have either now, and I even think, you know, $500,000, I do think they lowball her. I do think wholeheartedly they lowballed her. Mm-hmm. I think even $5 million would have been great, but bitch, you weren't worth no $20 million. You know that, Sydney know that, and everybody else know that too, and them 4 kids know that. Yeah. You know, $20 million was a lot. You know what I mean? And I think, I don't know. I can't say because I don't work for Netflix, but shit, you know, even Dave Chappelle, Chris Rock, I think, you know, they feel like they're taking a gamble and they're taking a risk, giving them that much money as well. But again, you know, it's, you know, you need to stop this bullshit, you know. Girl, so every year is something with you. You know, we're just pushing through the whole Lee Daniels situation. And then again, and what was your comedy gonna be about? We don't want to see a whole bunch of tad ass jokes about Oprah Winfrey and Lee Daniels and Tyler Perry, how you want them to suck your dick and kiss your ass, and, you know, and all that other foolishness. Ain't nobody trying to hear all that.
Exactly. So again, she got the 500,000. Like I said, if all those other circumstances weren't behind the scenes, then of course they lowball her. But considering all the shit that she's done behind the scenes and that her and Sydney have put people through.
Yeah. And when you think of, and like I said, when you think of Chris Rock, you think funny. When you think of Dave Chappelle, you think of funny. You think of the Dave Chappelle show. Those are the first things that come to your mind. Everybody hates Chris. You think about Pookie from from New Jack City. Again, Dave Chappelle, the Dave Chappelle show, those Prince skits. You know what I mean? The Rick James. I'm Rick James, bitch. When you hear Monique, you think problematic. The first thing that comes to your mind is problematic. She's difficult to work with. You think about the shit that she said about Oprah Winfrey, Tyler Perry, and Lee Daniels.
Yes, so
you know, you lucky, bitch, that somebody even offered you a dime.
Exactly. And I want to go back to her and Monique's, you know, how they are alike, how they, you know, trying to spend, you know, try to get people out of their money. Monique starts to show off, hey, my loves. So, so it's all coming together. You know, both from bad parts of the states. You know, she's from Baltimore. She's from Newport News. So, you know.
And you know what?
So real quick, and I'm pretty sure we'll talk about that next time on the next show, because there's gonna be more that's gonna be coming out as far as that. The week just starts tomorrow. Erykah Badu, real quick, people. So Erykah Badu out here saying that she has compassion for Hitler. She said that I'm not an anti-Semitic person. I didn't even know what an anti-Semitic was before I was called it. But I'm a humanist. I see good in everybody. I saw something good in Hitler. She did an interview with I think it was Vulture magazine or somebody. She said that he was a good painter, and then she said she saw the good in him. She said, okay, he was a terrible painter. Poor thing, he had a terrible childhood. That means that when I'm looking at my daughter, Mars, I could imagine her being in someone else's home and being treated so poorly, and what that could spawn. I see things like that. I guess it's just the Pisces in me. Then she said something about the Vulture magazine. She also said that the allegations against Bill Cosby and the rapper Extra Temptation, who I don't really listen to because he looks a little crazy mess, and Louis C.K. She said I would have to really think about it and know the facts in each of those situations before I made a judgment, because I love Bill Cosby and I love what he's done for the world. But if he's sick, why would I be angry with him? Hurt people hurt people. I know I could be crucified for saying that because I'm supposed to be on the purple team or the green team. I'm not trying to rebel against what everybody's saying, but maybe I want to measure it. Now, Erykah, you may need to phone in to Tyrone real quick to try to figure out why Bill Cosby is in the situation that he's in right now. Those 60 women have said this for the past few decades. So they said,
hold that midnight train in Georgia.
So, they said that for decades. So, Erykah, I don't understand how you have compassion for Hitler. And, Erykah been in her own little world anyways. And she's still a great artist. She's sensitive about her shit. And she's still great and everything like that. And we still, bring her to the Soul Train Awards to host and everything. But at the same time, Erykah, you got people looking a little sideways now. I mean, she do that, make niggas dress in dresses, though. I mean, Andre 3000, Common, the only one that escaped the Get Out, though. He didn't go to the sunken place in Erykah's world. He actually came out good. But, Andre 3000 did have a little skirt on, and someone else, Jay Electronica, came out good, too. But he can't release an album yet. So,
Well, she stated that, people misconstrued what she stated or what she said. She just basically states that, the world is it's supposed to be a safe place, I guess. And, there is no matter what happens, no matter what comes, no matter what goes, there's still some good, in everybody. And speaking of that, that makes me think about, did you watch that movie last night, all of it?
Yeah, the Antoine Tough movie with Faith Under Fire with Toni Braxton on Lifetime, which was a very good movie. I watched that from start to finish.
And I guess it puts me in the whole mind of that. And that crazy ass boy came in there to kill up everybody in there. And the what was the lady's name? Miss Tough, Antoinette Tough, who was actually in charge of the bookkeeping at the school. They told her to go up that day and take over for the secretary, I guess, who had to go out or something. And, a guy with mental health. And that story actually happened right in Atlanta. But a young man who had mental health issues. That's why we always tell you guys that mental health is a real thing. Bipolar, schizophrenia, schizoaffective disorder, major depressive disorder, those things are real. And if you do not go seek some type of help, you are truly, truly, truly going to have a hard time in this world. But again, this guy had been off his medications for a while, went into this school. I guess the school, it was an elementary school, so it went from kindergarten up into the 5th grade, and he was determined, he stated that he was going to basically kill every single person in that school. But, obviously he didn't want to do that. He wanted her to call the police. But she was able to talk to him And again, she saw some good in him, and she could tell that he was scared himself, and he, really did not want to do what he said he wanted to do. And so she ended up, pretty much saving the lives of everybody in that school. She told him that she loved him. She walked him out hand in hand, actually, to the police. And what she stated was, I want to make sure that the police is not going to shoot him. Yeah. So, again, it kind of puts me in the mind, of that situation. Now, a bitch like me would have been like, look, let me tell you something. You can kill your goddamn self, but if you come in here fucking around with these kids and the rest of these people in here, it's gonna be a problem. I don't give a shit what you do to your own self, but you can't do that in here. But again, she had a lot of difficulties and a troubled past, and her husband had left her after 33 years. He just came out and stated that he was having an affair. Her youngest child was in a wheelchair. They had just called her. Sound like, I don't know, she had some payday loans that she had taken out, but the people was calling her that day that all this happened. They wanted their money, stated they want nothing else they could do for her. So, like I said, and to have all those things going on, and then have this particular situation happen at the same time, when she was able to, talk through these things with this young man, and try to get him to see that, you can do better than what you're doing. So, I don't know. This whole Erykah Badu situation kind of puts me a little bit in the mind of that. We all know that Erykah Badu is a little different. Her Baduism and all those different things. But like I said, I don't know if I can truly rock with her 100% on this. Like you said, there's a reason why 100,000 women have come out and say, "Oh, Bill the pill raped them and gave them a cappuccino and a pill," because that shit is true, and he did do that. And I can't say, someone of his caliber with all the money that he was making. I mean, you could still be wealthy and still be sick in the head and still have issues. And, we all know the money doesn't, value happiness. But, I don't think he was all that goddamn hurt, and I don't think he was all that goddamn sick. He was sick in the head, all right. But,
line with the walking sticks, doing the performance, comedy performance at a 20-seat cafe in Philadelphia, but that's not my black ass business.
And Hitler, he was responsible for killing more than what the number is countless of all the Jews that he killed in that war that went on. So yeah, I'm not sure if I can rock with you 100%, but I kind of see where she stated that people kind of misconstrued what she stated. So
yes, now you bring that into play, and also people, if you haven't watched it, make sure you watch it. It's on Lifetime. The movie is probably on, on demand now or on their website, but definitely watch the Faith and the Fire movie starring Toni Braxton. Now, Tiffany Haddish, we're going to talk about her real quick. She has a Super Bowl commercial coming on next Sunday, people, on February 4th, Eagles versus the Patriots, and she's the new spokeswoman for Groupon. And y'all know I love a good Groupon, especially when I go to Sushi King, when I get my oil change, when I'm getting a hotel, a vacation or something. Groupon is the shit, people, at restaurants, all that. So,
I can't ride with Groupon no more.
What you do? You overspent?
No, Jaden's birthday, I took him to Sky Zone, and I took him and a buddy, and so I thought I was buying a Groupon pass, and I thought I had bought 2 tickets for like an endless jump for like $20. And but come to find out, it was a Sky Zone in California. So, I had to jump through hell and high water to get my money back. So yeah, I have not got on this Groupon website or they app not since then.
Well, Groupon is still a constant stay in my phone for my discounts and whatnot. Now, our last story that we're going to talk about real quick, people, is the mute R. Kelly situation. So we don't even need a full, 2 minutes for this one, because we know the outcome for this. So apparently there is 2 women in, not Chicago, but somewhere. Where are these 2 women?
In Atlanta, I believe. It's in Atlanta.
Yeah, these 2 women in Atlanta. They're starting to mute R. Kelly, hashtag mute R. Kelly. So this is like the black version of Me Too. So there are starting this campaign to stop Atlanta radio stations from playing R. Kelly's music. So, you know, summertime, well, springtime's ready to come soon. Summertime, you know, everybody's going to be stepping in the name of love at the cookout, singing Happy People. A church here and there might do You Saved Me. Don't know why they're still allowing middle school kids and elementary school kids to sing I Believe I Could Fly. But, you know, he was fine deep diving into these female 5-year-old vaginas. But anyways, so the two women's, which is, I'm not gonna try to fuck the name up, baby girl, but it's Oraniki Odell. I don't know. OO, I'm gonna call you OO for short. So OO of Atlanta posts that through the new R. Kelly hashtag that as managing director of the Creative Currents Artist Collaborative, she has been working since July of last year to get his music removed from airways, and ATL has since started a petition. She said, I have been hearing about R. Kelly's sexual abuse of young Black women since I was in my teens. Every few years, more women come out with their stories. More images and videos surface. More Black girls are scarred for life, just as they are coming into their womanhood and sexuality. So she's teamed up with Kenyette Barnes, a social justice activist and a survivor of child pornography. And since then, the women have been going to getting all the different concerts canceled. So remember, we talked about this last summer, how he was going to have people petitioning to cancel his concerts. So we know the truth behind there. He had the concerts in New York City this past weekend. I don't know if they were canceled or not, but again,
there was, and this kind of all started because he was actually doing a concert in Atlanta, and what she stated was, you know, they pay their you know, local, you know, and state taxes, and then here you go giving the money that I pay to this venue to have the Pad Piper himself, the Pied Piper, as we like to call him, performing.
Sylvester.
They were like you said, they were unable to I guess stop that concert. That concert still went on in Atlanta, but they were able to get the concert canceled in other cities such as Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Dallas, Memphis, Las Vegas, Los Angeles, Oklahoma City, and right here in Hampton Roads. So again, like you said, they have this hashtag going on. What is it? Hashtag Mute R. Kelly campaign. So again, you know, I don't know what to say. You know, do I think it's probably some other things y'all could be campaigning and rallying for? Other than that, yes. But you know, but then again, like you said, he has been getting away with the foolishness and the fuckery for way too long. You guys know we did the story last year about him holding those girls hostage in those homes. You know, he got off on them charges when he was, you know, dealing with Sparkle's niece and
peeing on little girl videos on video.
In the video, and you know, had all this kind of sex with her, and then he married Aaliyah when she was 15 and he was 25. So I you know,
now this is something that might be sick in his head, because the fact that he's, you know, had these visions and these love notions about his mother. Now that might be someone that might be sick, but at the same time, it's like when you're like 50 years old now, R. Kelly, Robert Sylvester Kelly, that you like to call yourself in the third person, you should know damn better that you still fucking little girls, have them held up and captured in basements and shit in Atlanta in 2 homes, and then you out here. It's been a long history, so this campaign is like 20 years too late, to be honest.
Yeah, and so they said, you know, you were just saying something about New York. That concert actually was supposed to go on yesterday. So since they could not cancel it, they were going to be looking to, I guess, protest outside of the concert and be picketing out there. So I don't know how that is going.
Yeah, then
how that went, but then they said, you know, his tickets on sale on Groupon for $19.99. So, you know, again, like you said, I think the campaign is 20 years too late, but I guess, you know,
and then they try and do a thumb it down campaign. So every time you're on Spotify, Tidal, or you're on Pandora, they're trying to get everyone to thumb down his music. I don't see how this going to play into anything, but you know, again, we'll see how this pans out.
It's worth a good fight, you know.
Yeah, you know, Black people are still going to throw their panties at Robert. They're still going to touch his groins out in public and stuff like that. They're still going to support his music. They're still going to step in the name of love. You know, it's hard to cancel because, like, I don't know, people then still cancel out, you know, Michael Jackson after what he did. So I don't know. Black people, we got to do better though, especially Robert Kelly. Like, your daughter could be next. She could be out there in the basement in Atlanta, and you don't even know it. So, you know, we'll see what happens. Real quick too, Married to Medicine stars Dr. Simone Whitmore and Cecil Whitmore. We've seen their love triangle, not love triangle, but their struggles.
Play out
over this past season. And now she's they're coming to a divorce after 20 years of marriage. She says, "I am done." During the taping at the Married to Union finale, reunion show on Thursday in New York City while they were filming the reunion. It airs in March on Bravo. She said that they decided to end their marriage, filed for divorce in October. She said she plans to have paperwork finalized when she returns to Atlanta. There is no if here. There is no games. There are no games. I am not pretending. I am done. I have reached a place where I am in the marriage where I do not feel love, and no sacrifices are being made for me to feel love. I must move on. Now, Dr. Simone, you should have known this when he said he never loved, like he never could say I love you. You say that on the show. You say he'd be mean to you and stuff like that. Now, what you gonna do with this $25 for this little kids app that y'all created that R. Kelly might be on? So, you know, again,
and she stated, you know, she kind of knew when it was time to walk away when they was just arguing about stupid ass shit. You know, and she just don't mean nothing. Like, you know, shit, you didn't pick your drawers up out the floor. You left the cap off the toothpaste. You know, you ain't put you ain't put a new roll of toilet paper on the roll when you wiped your ass last. You know, all that kind of foolishness. And then she stated that I guess they had some issue, some huge blow up. I guess I guess the way it sounded is maybe they were arguing that Friday, and then she woke up the next Saturday, and you know the argument between the two just really escalated, and they just had this huge blow up, and so she said right then she knew that she was totally just done. But you know, even on the show, they have argued. And to the point where, you know, he told the therapist. They were arguing one Sunday going to church, and she was just hollering and screaming, "Take me home, take me back home. I'm not going to church, and I want to get a divorce." And the little boy, you know, sent them a text message and wanted to know where they're gonna get a divorce. So it sounds like they were, you know, they may have been headed down this road, you know, for a while. And, you know, 21 years of marriage is a very, very, very long time. But hey, you can't stay you can't stay when you're not happy. You know, you should be mistreated. You should not feel like you are not loved. You should not feel like you're being ignored in your marriage. And that goes both ways. I think, you know, for her feeling like that, I think he felt like that as well. So I don't know. You know, it's always a sad thing. You know, what did Jay-Z say? It's never good with the family feuds. But, you know, again, you should not stay in a marriage where you're unhappy and you feel like, no one is valuing your worth. So.
Exactly, definitely. So we'll keep, you know, more information on that when it comes out, especially when the reunion comes out in March, and watching every Friday night at 9 p.m. on Bravo.
Yeah, my DVR for the past like three Fridays, it has not taped Married to Medicine. Like
times. Does yours do automatic when it switch times?
Yeah, it will. At least I think it will. Like I saw it last Friday night, but I didn't see it. Like I saw it last Friday night when I was in Maryland, but I did not see it this past Friday night. And I did not see episode. I didn't see the episode after they had the 90s party. That's the episode, I guess, where Quad and what's her husband's name? Quad and Dr. G actually really sat down and had the heart to heart, and she was crying and carrying on. I did not see that episode. I saw the episode with Mariah and old girl from Fucking It Up in the ATL, but then I did not see this episode that happened this past Friday as well.
Dr. Heavily taking over the reins for doing a couple of strips for all good reason now, because there won't be no Dr. Small and Cecil anymore. But again, we'll get more information on that when it comes out. And thank you all for watching tonight's show, everybody. We definitely had a lot of good points, a lot of good talks, a lot of good times. And we have hit our mark. So we will check you all next time here on FNL Live, everybody. Again, follow me at Twitter, MRDOC, and Monique at CookieLove1980, everybody. We'll check you next time on another episode, everybody. But have a good rest of your week, everybody. It's supposed to be snowing, a mixture of snow. If you're in the 757, a mixture of snow and rain on Tuesday. And then apparently it's supposed to be a superstorm on Saturday. So we shall see. I don't know what they're trying to tell us with this weather, but you know, it's been a lot more snow in Virginia than I've been used to. So we will see what happens, and we'll do another show. But we do thank you all again. Don't bust people heads for bottles this week, everybody.
Use your words, people. Use your motherfucking words.
And Philly, act like y'all got some sense, because it's the Super Bowl, so don't shoot nobody and don't kill nobody. But thank you all for watching tonight's show, everybody. Continue to like and subscribe and comment here on the videos, and we'll check you next time. Peace.
Peace.